In this tutorial I'm going to show how to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 5. So RHEL 5, it's an old operating system of Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and still for educational purpose this operating system is on demand. Still for basics this operating system is using. So to clear base, we are going to discuss about RHEL 5 also in the upcoming videos. Just starting my installation. Now, three way we can install a partition, install operating system, and is currently we have the three option. Graphical mode. For graphical mode, we have to just hit enter. If you want CLI mode, text mode, then you have to write Linux space text. So this will install Red Hat CLI mode. Otherwise it will be GUI if you hit enter. And if you don't know what to do, then you can even ask for the method. So Linux space ask method and then hit enter. So it's for the network boot. For example, if you have a WDS installed somewhere, or for example a Linux based server, so via network boot you can. So I'm just hitting enter, and with that the process is started. So it's a 32-bit operating system. Currently I'm using Red Hat Linux version 5. So minimum requirement of RAM is 512 MB minimum. So it's asking me to check the CD if you wants to. I'm just skipping that process because I know my media is okay. So you can even check your DVD CD is in perfect condition or not. So okay, so what I'm going to do is just a welcome screen. I have to give next, hit next. Now the installation process, what are the language you want to prefer? I'm saying English, and they'll prefer English. On my keyboard will be English 2, US English. You have more languages. Currently I wants to skip the installation number. So okay, skipping that. Now you have the 3-4 type of options here to create partition. So the first one is remove all partition on selected drives and create default layouts. So we have to remove the all partition. Remove Linux partitions on selected drive and create default layout. If you already have a Linux partition, then you can remove and create the layout. Use free space and selected drive. So I just want to create a custom layout, and you can even use advanced storage configuration. For example, if storage area network is there, or if you are using in a big network environment. Now currently we have a 20 GB hard disk space, and we have to create of our own. So I'm just going to create a new, since we have 0. And the first partition we're going to create is slash, which is called as root. Root means C drive of Linux. like Windows, Linux having a root where we install operating system. The file system type will be extended 3, and since it's a C drive of Linux, we have to give a good amount of space too. So for example, I want to give 10 GB partition, so 10 to 40, and okay, first to be a primary partition. If you already created one, you can force. Now we have a 10 GB partition left, so what we're going to do is create another partition, and the three important partition to store Linux are slash, boot, and swap. Means slash is root, boot, and swap. So boot is the bootable file. The folder will consist the bootable files of Linux operating system. So it's very important. That's the reason I'm giving a good amount of space. For example, 2000 MB. Now another file system will be swap, root, boot, swap, but you won't get the option here, the mount point. You can even install the other directories and other partition. For example, home, temporary files, user files, brain table files. User file would consist the data of users, temporary files, home files. So these are the partition. You can create more and more partition, but if you won't create the partition, then partition will become the directory of the operating system of Linux. So currently I have no option, and the file system is currently at RHEL 5 available with extension 2, extension 3, extended 3, physical volume, LVM, software RHEL. So extended 2, extended 3, LVM, software RHEL, swap, and VFAT. So RHEL, and generally this is the latest version, extended 3, the latest version of RHEL 5's time. Now even extended 4 and 5 is 4 is launched, and we are using at RHEL 6. So swap partition is the virtual RAM, and it's a suggested thing. If for example, if your physical memory is 512 MB, then you have to give 1024, means double than your physical memory. So for example, if you have 1 GB, then you have to give a virtual RAM of 2048 MB. So it's a physical RAM. We create physical RAM at Windows manually, but at Linux we have to create VRAM. That's the reason the performance of Linux is so great, and that's the reason people prefer to install Linux if your hardware get chunked and get old. Now grub is a bootloader, and in this grub you have this is how your Linux operating system boot, like boot mgr in Windows. So this is very important files. If get corrupted, then we can repair it, but if it get corrupted, then the operating system will not boot. So that's the reason you even have a password, so that you can secure bootloader. So I'm just not giving any password. Next, now network devices, you can fix network devices by right now by giving a manual, and you can automatically via DHCP get the IP address. So dynamic IP, enable IP6. So it's just up to you. Currently I have no intention to fix network. Now I have to check the reason, and currently we need a Kokava to set issue. I give a password, and the password is, so it's retrieving installation information. Now this is very interesting. Is for example, how you going to promote your RHEL machine for software deployment or web server. So uh, if you saying customize now, then you have an option to select a lot many things available on your CD, so that you can give an extra taste of operating system. For example, uh, this is these extra uh, uh, applications, a la carte applications, and you can, by adding a la carte like this, you can increase the taste of Linux. And that's the reason few people like Linux so much, that they use this, because you can even create Linux as a Windows taste. You can have, like, if you install this K desktop environment, KDE. So with this KDE, you will get the arrow themes of Windows 7. The Windows like having. You can even install a server based system. It's up to you totally. You can promote this operating system. It's a complete one operating system, and you have so many plugins to add it. If you add those a la carte, the packages, actually in Linux, you define those softwares as a package. Means you have to add a package, and to improve your uh, working style. So I'm just currently going by default, just it's a showing purpose, but we can install those package in near future also. So very very interesting to see. So let me, okay, so final step, and it's a final step to install RHEL 5. So it's about to quick kickstart. And we install not many things. uh, you can even add those packages by going back, so it's up to you totally, but it's a very great experience to use Linux. uh, and Red Hat is one operating system. You can convert it as a desktop or as a server. So next, and installation started. So it would took some time. We are pausing our radio. Okay, so we are at final moment. Uh, just about to install RHEL 5. Performing post install configuration. You can see installing bootloader. So now it's asking me to reboot. So now it's setting the network firewall and all this. Okay, so welcome screen. So we have now needs to fix some. We have to agree the license. Now firewall, you can enable or disable firewall. It's up to you. Currently, I'm just wants to disable the firewall. Okay. And yes, enforcing SE Linux. Security enhanced Linux provides first grain security control, so it's up to you. SE Linux. Kdump, enable Kdump. So I don't want to allow this right now. Now date of time, same by default one. Now wants to, you can even add an network protocol by means time, all the time synchronized from the Red Hat server. I'm not wants to set any software updates currently. Just wants to forward. Give I need a username. Mandatory it is. For example, I'm changing it. Sound card, up to you. Additional CDs. Okay, so those are not important. So now we have to give a username, root, to log in with as administrator rights. Give a password, and we are all done. So our operating RHEL version 5 operating system install and get ready to use. So you can even promote it as server, or you can use it as a desktop. This is how we install RHEL version 5. Hope you learned something from it and saw the step-by-step process. Thanks for watching.